I wonder, looking back to what happened in 2014 in that first referendum that was fairly decisive in terms of the Scottish people voting to remain within the United Kingdom, do you think perhaps that the organs of the Scottish state in terms of that devolved government were maybe used too heavily, that big manifesto that was produced in terms of the Future for Scotland document that no doubt had civil service work behind it, that to some extent was something that hampered the partition cause rather than helped it?
Well, I mean, look, you can call it partition and separatism if you like, Tom, but we're talking about an ancient nation that was independent for millennia before the Acts of Union came into being. So this is about reinstatement of that international sovereignty that's recognised internationally. In terms of the use of the civil service, I mean, there's a very clear counterpoint here. When a government is elected on a manifesto with a central ambition, it is completely justified that they use the apparatus that's available to them to prepare and advance that case. If that weren't the case, then the UK government shouldn't have spent a penny on a referendum to leave the EU. So, there is a clear democratic mandate in Scotland for a further vote on independence, whether on a point of law and the power of the Scottish devolved settlement is either right or wrong in law, that doesn't change the politics. The politics are that the people of Scotland have asserted their right and determination to have a further vote. And the Scottish government... I suppose
the only issue there is when that vote may take place. Of course, many people will remember the once-in-a-generation calls back in 2014, which by my maths would take us to about 2044 or thereabouts. Of course, it was around. It was a long time that the United Kingdom itself got its votes between the EU. What was that? 75 to 2016. But we will have to continue this conversation another time, Neale Hanvey, because we've reached the end of the programme. But thank you so much for advancing your case here on GB News today. We really appreciate it.